Hey guys, it's Anna. I'm back again. If you don't know me, I'm the owner of Lumi, Live Like You Mean It, and I'm coming on to this platform to kind of give you some guidance about how to organize your life and really, simplify it down so that you can do the things you want to do instead of feeling like you're in a crazy, panicky rut and you're kind of stuck where you don't want to be. So my whole passion in life is basically to help people live the life they want to live, I think take the drama out of it instead of making it this unattainable goal that you need to have a certain criteria fulfilled for. So today I want to talk to you about the power of a morning routine. So my morning routine is pretty full on if you look at it from an outsider point of view, but it's not how it started. So my biggest goal in the morning is to get the thing done that I don't like the most first. It's called eating the frog. You've probably heard of it if you read self-help literature and things, but basically it's your most important priority should be done first thing in the morning before you try and conquer your day. There are a few reasons for this, and that is so that you don't procrastinate, you don't run out of time, and you also don't have enough time to make any excuses or other decisions and rationale yourself out of getting it done. So over the past year, I've lost about 14 kilos now. And I had put on 20 something kilos from a stressful job previously. So it's been a real priority for me to get back to a healthy weight just for my sense of confidence, feeling like I'm me, and just energy through the day and feeling like I'm conquering something. So I knew that exercise was going to be a big part of that. And, back in the day when I was fitter, mornings always worked for me. So this kind of fed in beautifully with, okay, I've got to get my workout done first. So I signed up to a class that starts as early as possible. So 4:45 my class begins. So I don't have time to think about, do I do it later? Do I vacuum for, no one's awake at 4:45 in the morning except for me and the people I train with. Okay, the reason why I didn't just pop to the gym at 4:45 is because it didn't have any sense of accountability for me. So I needed trainers who I booked in for the class. The trainers are expecting me there. I then developed friends because I just told myself, show up. Okay, you're going to suck for the first probably couple of months. You might not be able to finish the sets. You're going to stuff it up. It's going to be hard. Okay, and so I totally went in expecting it to be a terrible experience and to give myself the grace of just being terrible at it for a while. And then lo and behold, I got addicted to it, and now I can't imagine my morning any differently. So that's kind of the first thing in the morning is your priority. So if it is something about finances, you should be sitting down first thing in the morning. You obviously don't have to get up at 4:45 to do that, but sitting down, organizing your spending, figuring out your bills, that should be your priority. Every day you should be looking at it, okay, because that helps you stay aware, it helps you stay conscious, and it helps you have plans, which is so important for your morning. And then what you do after that is called habit stacking. So you don't need to have a perfect morning every morning, but you do need to know what the essentials are for you to live a good life, okay? So if you are needing to eat healthily, you need to have things organized beforehand so that you can have a healthy breakfast, or if you skip breakfast, some other sort of hydration to get you started. Okay, so it's the planning ahead and then doing the next step. If having a tidy house is something that's one of your biggest goals, it could be spending 5 to 10 minutes decluttering one section of the house and marking that off your checklist. It's all about making sure those things that are priority are built into a strategy and a schedule in the morning. Okay, so these schedules should not change. Okay, it shouldn't change order, and it shouldn't change during each day. All right, which is why I said if it's finance, you could do it once a week. No, do it every day so it's a habit. All right, this habit stacking is so important with your morning routine because your body gets very used to waking up at the same time. Then it controls your energy and it helps your sleep rhythm and circadian rhythm and all this sort of stuff that feeds into your overall mental health, general health. Okay, so after a while you'll start stacking on extra beneficial habits. So it could be taking vitamin supplements if you need them. It could be, doing a bit of a stretch. It could be getting your kids organized, so having their lunch boxes out and ready to go, or packing the bag, checking the diary, making sure that everything that you need to set your day up well is planned. Okay, what this prevents, it sounds a bit like overkill, but what it prevents is that morning panic. Okay, especially if you have kids, this structure is so important, because when things are uncertain or they keep changing, your kids are just not going to learn how to do things for themselves. Okay, so I have an 8 and a 6-year-old, 2 boys, one far more organized than the other. However, we've adapted this and organized it their whole life. Even when they were little, it was a very similar routine. Okay, so they wake up, they both make their beds. Whether it's done well or not is another matter. I'll often just tidy it a tiny bit, but the older one, and actually the younger one now, is making a pretty good bed because they practice every day. What they then do is they will have a shower, get dressed, do their hair and their smell, and then they'll bring their laundry downstairs to the laundry basket, put it in, and eat some fruit while we're making some breakfast to set them up. Okay, over breakfast we'll have a chat, we'll talk about what's coming ahead for the day, so it's kind of mentally prepping them, or you've got sport today, what are you excited about with that? Remember, you have a library, don't forget to bring your drink bottle home, blah 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 blah, what's going on with friends, all of that. So it makes it far less stressful because they know what the next step is every time. As soon as they finish their breakfast, they'll take their bowls and things and clean them and put them in the dishwasher or the sink or whatever, and then brush their teeth. And then we have time and space to relax. So it's not the screaming, where are the shoes, because we put the uniforms out the night before. It's not that panic hassle, okay? Don't get me wrong, there are days sometimes when it's a struggle to get them out of bed, blah, blah, and that happens, but having the non-negotiables and the strategy there, you can even print it out and put it on the walls in pictures, which is what we've done. Happy to share if you want it. So even if you have an absent-minded child, as one of mine kind of is, they might be wandering the house, and you say, right, what have you done so far? Have it on the fridge, have it in their bedroom, and maybe the bathroom. Where are you up to? Where are you up to in your schedule? What this does, it doesn't make you a bad parent because you're not doing everything for them. Okay, I know there's this sense that good parents are hovering around and brushing Johnny's teeth and whatever. It's not true. Okay, so your kid is learning. You should be hygienic, you should be well dressed, you should be organized, you should know what's happening in your day, you should have a healthy breakfast, you should be packing, you can pack your own lunchbox the night before. You can be prepared for your day, things can be calm, things can be organized. If all they learn is that things are chaotic, mums, dads always stressed, running around in the morning, they just assume this is normal, and they'll carry that into their adult life. I think as parents, our kind of mission is to prepare them to be people without us, and if they can have a really good morning routine, I'll talk about evening routines in another podcast. I think this sets them up very well. No matter what the day brings, at least they've got the right stuff ready for the day, and things have been put out the night before when we've checked the diary, blah blah blah, so you won't miss a dress up day, or you won't forget the library book. It's all built in. It just takes a little bit of chaos out of the absolute chaos of being a parent, really. But even if you aren't a parent, just having that sense of control and calm and focus in the morning, I think sets you up mentally to tackle really full-on days, especially if you're in a high-stress industry. at least you have that moment of calm and that sense of ownership over what you have at home. So that's a really brief one. I just wanted to talk to you about having a really sharp morning. I write down what I want to do in the morning, even though it's kind of habit now. I'll always have it written and on the fridge, just so I'm not missing anything. So it has, mine's obviously more complex than my kids, so like popping the laundry on, pulling it out, hanging it out, whatever, packing the bags that I need to take to work, checking on things, etc. And yeah, journaling, all that kind of stuff. So anything that's important for your well-being, I really try and structure it into my morning. I like to leave the evenings, there are some tasks that I do in the evenings, but I like to leave it quite light, because by the evening I'm absolutely no good to anyone, if we're really going to be honest. And I can do brainless tasks like wiping things down, but I cannot focus or create or get myself to a gym, basically. Okay, this could be totally different for you, it could be a night owl, but that's how it works for us. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if that helps, good. If it doesn't, scroll past. Alright, see you later.